Eden had given me her phone to demonstrate, but then she took it back. I hope you're going to catch this. Parents and children are not grown. They are parented. We have become a generation that does not want to parent. When you say that in your mother tongue, it is going to speak well with you. Children are parented, not grown. Unfortunately, we are growing children. We leave them with our phones. See that one? We leave them with our phones. We leave them with the house managers. We leave them with the TV. Yeah. But of course, we have to do that so that you make sure that you have quantity and quality time with your child. I'm almost finishing. Now I want to give you a case study so that you can know how evil the world has become. This young mama, she's a nurse in Kakamega. She's one of my online friends. She has 2 children, and she has neighbors. And they go to the same school. Then they thought they want to protect their children from harm. They're not going to employ a house help. So the neighbors and this one, they could come home to do homework together. Unfortunately, these children from the neighbor had been watching pornography. And I don't know to what level, because whatever next I'll say, what I was told by the nurse is what is going to break your heart. So the nurse could come home and they have done their homework, good. But this particular one morning, the 2 children, one was 5, one is 8, they did not want to wake up to go to hospital, to school. They dragged themselves. And then she reached out to me, and I'll give you my number. And then but I'm very good on messages. Phones can ring forever. So she asked me, Madam, what do I do? I said, what? She said, my children have refused to wake up to go to school. I said, wake the younger one, 5 years. You know, the younger, the innocent they are. You said yours is 4. The 4 one will say everything bad that was done to her if you drill down. But of course, because she's sort of human being, and you know, the way when they are sucking, like that one who is breastfeeding, but if you spank the baby, they want to cry. So they know. So there's that thing in us as human beings of being rebellious. So I told her, wake the small one, get the details. And she said, I'm feeling pain. Thank you for that face. And then now, you can find now the nurse is asking me, she said she's feeling pain. So I asked where? He said, where you call down there. I said, now, so you are nurse, open and check. Unfortunately, there was cucumber stuck. And it was not only stuck in this one, it was stuck in the other one. Look at your neighbor, tell them, neighbor, our children are going through horrors of horrors in the comfort of our homes. So of course I had to send her to the hospital very fast. Then the other one reached out to me. Please look at your neighbor. Point to them. Nyosha kidole kwake mwambie neighbor. Covering crime is aiding crime. This one calls me. She tells me that her daughter was raped. Remember, it is defilement. Rape is for anybody above 18. Defilement is for other, but rape is the one that we use so much. So when you hear me talk about rape, no, it is defilement. She said that her girl had been raped by neighbors, 2 boys. Hapo kwao kwa veranda. And then she asked me, what do I do? And I said, the first thing that you need to do is go to the hospital. The reason being, I think only Madam my guy and myself, who are, if you're above 50, Mukono Jew, over 50 years, and I was correct, over 50 years, madam.
Yeah, I'm over 70.
Yeah, over 70. You know, anybody that was born, if you're born 80, going forward, 80, they're born 80s, coming this way, thank you for those hearts. You know, HIV and AIDS came then. So some of us were born positive for HIV and AIDS. Myself and her, we may have acquired it. But again now, we have given birth to children that are positive for HIV and AIDS. So a little exposure. So I told this mother, take your child to the hospital. And for sure, the doctors confirmed there was penetration. Then after that, I said, you must take your daughter for counseling. But I say you must also make sure you report the two boys. And she said, and what will my neighbor say? And I'm asking surely, what are they going to say? Yeah? Because, listen to me, if we don't arrest it now, we are growing rapists. And when I put my foot down that she report, of course she blocked me. Remember we said we must have eyes. Eyes. Even when you have those long nails, please make sure you bathe your child for yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. One little girl, she was 7. I did not know she used to sleep in the outside. But we had become so good friends. I spoke in her school, in my neighborhood, and she literally followed me. I did not know she followed me. So she used to come to my home, and I bathe her, and I change her clothes. She stays nice, but she had to go home. And one day she came, and I was bathing her. She said, so I asked, what is it? And the girl cried. And she said, it is bitter. And I put the girl in my car. And we went to police station to report. And of course, the police said, go and grow the baby. Fortunately, help came for that girl. What I'm saying is, please, even whatever time you have to get home, you better get home fast, shower your baby, as you check and you pray over them, then you go and shake the egg. The shaking nowadays can come home. You can shake with the phone, you can shake with the TV, you can shake alone, if you must shake. Because, and I'm finishing, because if you don't sacrifice for your children, you're sacrificing your children. If you don't sacrifice for your children, you're sacrificing your children. 4 C's that you need in life. As I finish, my name is Catherine Karira. As I told you, my title, I'm a servant of God on assignment for God, nothing more. My telephone number, if you want it, if you don't want it, please do not write. Yeah? My name is Catherine Karira, a servant of God on assignment for God. My telephone number, if you want to write it, please write. If you don't need it, do not write it. I'm not very desperate for friends. Thank you. Yeah, because you can imagine the boys and the girls, they have my numbers. Wananiambianga tulifanya kamoja. You know, the children will speak openly. They will tell me all the horrors they have been taken through. They live in Terika. There's one now who is mothering a baby out of rape. She was raped by her grandfather. But I thank God because the grandfather was arrested. Let them be arrested. Yes. Let them be arrested. Because I have said, covering crimes, if you don't report them and they get arrested, they'll come and molest this one. If they don't molest this one, they'll go and molest another one. Then they'll be lynched. So you'd better have them arrested and rescued. Okay, where were we?
Number.
Oh, good, you're following. The 4 C's, that my number. What we need to do with our children, we must make sure we connect. And that is what we did not have when we were growing up. Well, there was no connection between my mother and my father. You must make sure you connect. You connect sana mama Jaden, like a teenager anasemanga na mfeel. You feel my girlfriend. You have to connect so much so that you're able to feel your children even when they are moodless. And by the way, talking about moods. Even when your child is moodless and they will get to the level of that teen, you know nowadays these ones are good. You tell them come to where they will go. When the teenagers, they look at you, mommy, what do you know? And they'll have mood swings. They will slam the doors. As the doors are being slammed, make sure that you don't swing your child out of your home and come back when they are 13 years. For now, we must connect. The reason we must connect is so that we can be able to correct. Connect to correct. The reason our children are going to commit suicide when we correct them is because we are not connected. The many times, my generation, we were beaten and we were hanged on a tree. You people, you don't know these things. But me, I was never hanged. The reason they were hanged on a tree and they woke up and they came to the house is because there was no otherwise. Now there's an otherwise. So we must make sure that we connect so that we can correct. When we have connected, we can correct, then we can communicate. We have connected, we are communicating, we can communicate so that we can cooperate together in life. Parenting is 24/7. Parenting is a journey. Parenting, motherhood, mother. You remember you have other. You are the other part of your child. What you want your child to be, they will become because you are the other of your child. 0722. If you have a question, I can take a few. 0722 71 95 41. 0722 71 95 41. Catherine Carrera. Do you have questions?